Good morning, people. This is Lizard, and we're doing another movie. We're going to show you the way in off of Highway 93, south of Hoover Dam, from a small town called Gold Basin, population 50. And we're going to show you what it takes to get into the back way. Yeah, good morning. That was Lizard. He's hogging all the airtime. So let's go outside. I'm going to show you that there is boats in the desert. I don't know where they sail them or float them, but let's go look at them. All right, looks like we got the sun coming up. It's going to be a beautiful day today. It's a Saturday. Let's look around here. Lo and behold, there's a sailboat in the desert. There's some Joshua trees. Look at that beauty. Where do you think he's going to go with that one? I don't think he's going to see any water soon. Beautiful. This is, believe it or not, typical for the desert. You get a lot of people come out here and try to make a living, and they bring their toys with them, and then they just sit. A lot of people living in shacks out here. Okay, there's the little town of Gold Basin. There's the road out of it. We're heading to the minefields, and they're going to develop this area as soon as the Hoover Dam bypass is completed. And that's going to suck, because there goes the tranquility. This is a beautiful place. It's gorgeous. But civilization's spreading out. It's going to take it all away. That hill up there, we'll call it a mountain. It's actually named Senator Mountain. It's a landmark around here, and a lot of people use it if they're lost. Just head for Senator Mountain. Now we got the sun showing brightly over Gold Basin. Now here's how a guy can get lost. This is the road I'm looking at right now from out of Gold Basin. People can give you directions out here. When you hit an area like this, go left. Okay. Or we can go straight. Or we can go right. Okay, well, we're gonna go straight. Now the road gets squirrely and hairy, which makes it a lot of fun. You'll know you're out looking for gold when you get on these roads. And lo and behold, there's our Senator Mountain. Just keep following the big hill. Well, let's go have some fun. Okay, here we go. We got a typical squatter shack, as we like to call them, squatters. They come out here and just try to make a living, and then eventually the BLM will come and kick them off this property. That's how they live. Some steps. Looks like they're not leading any place right now. See if anybody's home. don't think anybody's in there. Now here's how we like to mark our directions around in the desert. As you can see here, somebody taped a beer bottle onto a Joshua tree. Believe it or not, this is a good identifying mark. If you meet somebody and you don't know where you're going and they tell you to take a left or a right at the beer can or bottle, do it. And there we go from the Joshua tree with the bottle. And then you'll say, well, do I go straight or do I go right? Well, the guy says, take a right at the tire. There's a perfect use for all our old tires in this world. Markers. Okay, we just came up this road here. It's not too steep. There's a lot of very steep roads. One of the problems is if you have a brand new truck, you cherish your paint job on your vehicle, don't come out here, because these Joshua trees are brutally sharp. And then you got yucca plants that are very sharp, and they're like needles, and they do put scratches in your paint. But like an old four-wheeler will tell you, that's why I bought it. To get out here, you're just gonna have to sacrifice the paint. What I do is I just keep mine dirty all the time. That way I don't see the scratches. Now here we go again. We're gonna go down this slope. Do I go right? Straight? Or left? Very, very confusing out here. As you can see, you can get lost easy. And there ain't nobody gonna be out here to help you. You must have plenty of water. A good pair of walking shoes. A cell phone might come in handy. You could possibly at areas pick up a signal, but don't count on it. Now when you're coming down these roads, you gotta be real careful. Let me get a shot of that. This here tree right here, this thing here is a painkiller. Oh man, it's tough. It's tough, it's sharp. You hear them rub your paint. You gotta turn the radio up. I'm used to it now though. But when you're coming around these corners, as you'll see right here, you can get whipping pretty good in some of these areas and you think you got a real nice desert machine. You would come upon these rock faces jutting out of the sides, and at any time they can just drop a rock. You run right into it. You come around this corner here, speeding pretty good. Once again, thinking you're racing, and you'll hit these big abutments of boulders and stone. And you can hit the brakes and it'll be too late. You've put your front end right in it. Now, we came upon a place here that last summer when I was mining out here, a thunderstorm came through and lightning struck and it started a fire. And it burned thousands of acres out here. See how barren this area is right here. Took away a lot of the brush. This brush gets very dry and thick out here, especially after a good monsoon season or a good winter. And it comes very, very flammable. And yes, with the Colorado River close by, you do get a lot of summer storms. And the lightning's pretty heavy out here. And as you can see, it comes swooping through. And they had helicopters out here dumping the bags of retardant. And fire crews were out here cutting lines because there are sporadic homes nestled about out here. Plus, you have to protect the turtle, the desert tortoise. This desert will come back. No doubt about that. Okay, people, I don't know if you can see this, but I came across a deer, a nice buck out in the desert. I tell you, there is deer out here. It's the first deer I've seen. I hope you guys can see this. He's got his head down and he's eating. This is on the way to Gold Basin. Well, I've seen bobcats and vultures and quail, snakes. This is my first deer. I've seen a lot of mountain goats, but they're closer to the river where the water is. The sky's a little bit away from the water. See if we can get closer. There he goes. See him going there? It's a nice buck. My goodness. I didn't know they got that big out here. It's not like they got plentiful, nice forage to eat. It's incredible. Wow. I'm really amazed. There he goes. Wow, there's a buck out here. Oh, must be some does. There he is. He's watching me. I'm watching him. Come on, buddy. I'll honk the horn, see if I can get him to go. There he goes. There we go. Boy, he's fit for Minnesota type deer. I'm impressed. Very impressed. The size of that guy. I mean, look at the terrain he's in. I mean, just rock, bedrock jutting out. Amazing. It's almost like a mountain type of goat deer. Go figure. Now here's a guy that was probably going too fast around the corner. Or he got a flat tire or possibly ran out of gas. Yeah, that's what happens when you run out of gas. Yeah. Or you overheat, blow a tire. Yeah, you have to leave them in the desert and go get help. And by God, you come back and I'll be damned. Somebody didn't use it for target practice. Man, it looks like Bonnie and Clyde's vehicle. Nice. Body man's dream. Here we ran into an old boy and his best friend. There's a good close-up of the dog. Yeah, he got excited when I showed up. Now this gentleman's using a puffer. Nice and easy. Operated by a battery. Turns a little electric motor. We'll go around the other side, get a picture of that. A little electric motor. Turns the crank. Let's walk over. If this gentleman right here will let us. Nice and slow. Here's that electric motor. See right there. Going down to the battery. Turns that big wheel and makes the puffer puff. There's the dog. Hello, gals are panning. There's company. Nope, that is not art. We're going on a safari. Oh, looky here. Somebody else ran out of gas. I think something else is living in there now. Made it its home. Don't drive drunk, especially in the desert. And here's where the car's at, basically. Somebody's little hutch. Could have been their home. Looks like a window. People try to survive out here. You know, they don't pay taxes and think they can get away with it. Maybe BLM kicked them off. They did have a nice view, I'll sure tell you that. Well, here we are, Hoover Dam again. There's the intake towers. This is the end of another gold mining trip. You see the intake towers, you see how low the water is. It's amazing. So this place is going to go dry in 10 years if we don't get rain in Colorado. And if you look, let's look over here. Okay, here's the dam where the water from the channel comes into it. And if you notice the white ring, it's calcium. That's how low this level has gotten. And once again, I used to bring my boat in through here. This was one of the nicest places to swim. It was right in here. Cool and fresh and clean. Now if you look over here, that right there is an overflow. If the dam water got too high, it would flow over into these troughs. They're very huge. I know you can't see from here. There's tunnels. That's a trough in there. It goes through the mountain. It's huge, huge, huge. About 50 feet tall. And actually it's called a spillover. And the water will just, instead of spilling over the dam, it spills over there and enters the other side of the dam and comes back into the river. There we got the building going on for the extension. That's the north side. That's where the new bridge is going to go. Hope you can all hear me. It's going to span that baby. That's the towers. They're called intakes. They sit down there, and that's where they get cold, clear water from. So imagine this thing going dry one day. I've seen it with the water. You got 1 ring, 2 ring. See them top rings right there? I've seen the water up to there. That's how high it used to be. Not no more. Gotta watch myself. I don't want to go tumbling down this. I could probably dive in. You know, like to do in Acapulco. Lots of skinny dipping at night in this channel. The old jet boat. The old Glastron Carlson CVX-20. Well, here I am, the old channel. But gee, I'm not in my boat. I don't know what to do now. Well, we'll just look at it. Memories. Okay, here's a really good look at that spillway. What I was talking about, the one I showed you from a distance. I know the sun's gonna mess with us here. Let's fade out of here. Okay. There's the dam. There's the top of an intake tower. Beyond there's the water. You can see the white ring. Usually the water's up to there. It's so high. Flow over that spillway, go down that huge tunnel right here. Let's take a look. That huge tunnel. The water will just run through there. Massive, massive millions and millions of gallons of water. I've seen them babies blow out the other side. They just blow out the other side of the dam. It's amazing. It's a spectacular thing. That's the spillway. That's what stops it from going over the dam. Goes over the spillway. What happens if I put my hat out of the way here? That's bright. Don't know how that's going to come up on film, but we'll see. There it is. Spillway. Okay, here's another look at that spillway. Let's keep the sun out of here. Dam. Intakes. And there's where the water used to be, the white ring. And when it's that high, it goes over that spillway right there. And on the other side, as you can see, is the huge tunnel. There we go. There's a nice close-up of an intake. I don't think you'd want to be in that water today. That stuff is frigid. It's very refreshing in the summer. It's like 600 feet deep there, but now we have to minus the level.